Woo! Super Bowl champs. It finally happened. The Philadelphia Eagles, our Philadelphia Eagles, who just arrived back at Philadelphia Airport, have finally won their first Super Bowl. It is the first time they have won an NFL championship since 1960. Ray Didinger, our great analyst, watched that game with many of his now long deceased relatives and recanted that game many times leading up to this week. That's how long it's been since the Eagles have felt something like this before. It is amazing. It is a situation that many fans still can't grasp. I know I barely slept last night. I got a majority of my sleep throughout the morning this morning because after your team wins the Super Bowl, never winning again, it's just one of those surreal feelings that you can't get away with. Plus, you want to keep celebrating a lot after, but that's just one of those feelings you don't feel tired. It's just the whole excitement and everything. You have no tired bone in your body, so you really can't fall asleep. And that was what happened to me last night. I just kept watching our coverage. I have on my phone right now to my right looking at it. Fans are going nuts. I would have went down to the airport if I could have, but I have a night class, so I didn't want to get stuck down there for school. But this is just amazing. The parade's set on Thursday, tentative for 11 o'clock, to be confirmed, I think, at 9 a.m. they said tomorrow. Supposed to start at Broad and Patterson and come down to the Art Museum. Now, that's going to be dope. If they have the whole thing at the Art Museum, because I don't know if any of you have saw when Houston won the World Series, they had the whole thing outside at Houston, and that parade for a team that I don't care about, that was our team, obviously, was really cool how they had the whole thing set up aside and did the speech because they knew they couldn't fit everyone in the stadium. Well, that's what they're going to do for the Eagles because there's going to be millions of people in the city. They can't have an after event at the stadium. Well, they might have an after event, but they can't have the speeches at the stadium. So they're going to do it not like they did with the Phillies. They're going to do it reverse and go away from the sports complex and come into town and have it be like at the Parkway, like where all of our big events are, where like MIA is, where the draft is. We do all of our crazy stuff in Philly. All of our big events tend to be at that Parkway setting, and it's a great setting. It's big. It has nice places to sit, stand, etc. There's a bunch of great places around there for everything. Also, to note, if you are 21, Bud Light said they are honoring their free beer thing, and if you stop in a bar or pub or whatever that serves beer down the parade line throughout the parade, you can get a free Bud Light. That's a side note. But this is just amazing. I couldn't believe it. Kobe Bryant's reaction says a lot of how we all felt. Everyone just jumping for joy, going nuts. If anyone saw that video, I'm sure most people have. But getting into the game instead of just feelings and all this other stuff. Well, who would have said at the start, before the Super Bowl, that one of the biggest plays of the game was Nick Foles receiving over Tom Brady missing a reception? Because if you think about it, the play that Tom Brady had a reception, he might have not got to the end zone because he's slow as molasses. But if he caught that, he had a high, wide open field right ahead of him. And then Foles catches it, and we win by 8. That was a huge play. Really a difference maker in the game by a huge tenfold. Doug Peterson never gave in to Bill Belichick. Ever since, the one analyst, I can't remember who said it on the network, but one guy said it perfectly. Ever since the Seattle game where we got mad, and a lot of fans got mad, including myself, about how Doug got conservative in that game that we ended up losing, He's never got conservative since, because he was aggressive up to that Seattle game. Then it got all weird and conservative. Then he got right back to being aggressive again. He has coached this team, other than that Seattle game, through some hard games this season and won games. He has made a lot of good calls, and I think now it's pretty much definite that he is a good coach, and he is the right coach for our Philadelphia Eagles. He's a very good offensive coach. He's more of an offensive coach, obviously, Doug, and then Schwartz handles the defensive end. That's great with the quarterback and great at bringing people together and running everything as a consolidated family, a group, and etc. And those are the organizations that flourish the most when everyone's so close. It's such a tight-knit family. The Cubs were like that when they won the World Series. The Astros last year. The Phillies in '08, to go off of our team. You always have that vibe or that feel that this is it. And that's what we saw our Eagles had, and it was held true. Nick Foles went off this game. He threw 3 touchdowns, caught one. He threw a pick that wasn't even his fault. Alshon even said that was really on me. I tipped it up. Stephon Gilmore, my old roommate, kind of said something to me at the pick, and I said I really think that was he said he really thought that was his fault, and Stephon didn't do much of anything. But the thing is, this is just a remarkable thing for the city of Philadelphia. Got fans screaming. If you see on the airport, the ABC coverage of the airport plane arriving. This is a awesome thing. It's going to be even more awesome on Thursday. There's going to be millions of people in the city. Also, back to the game real quick. Corey Clement had a big game receiving out of the backfield. All 3 of our running backs actually had great games. And we said that coming in. A lot of analysts said that the Eagles are going to have to mix in passing the backs and use it more, and mix in the running game a lot to make it easier to beat New England, because New England is bad at guarding backs and bad at defending the run. And Blunt had like 90 yards, and Ajayi himself had about 50-something, I believe. They both had great games, and then Clement did great in the receiving edge. And it was also right that we ran a different playbook. We did a few different plays that we never saw before in the Super Bowl, and were really risky, that some people predicted before too. And Doug Peterson stayed neck and neck with Bill Belichick, calling that entire game. And that is absolutely remarkable. And the second most the equally as remarkable thing, actually, is that our quarterback, Nick Foles, obviously stayed neck and neck with Tom Brady, throw for throw, for pretty much the entire game. It was a great game. Must have been phenomenal to be there. I can't even imagine that 100-year-old guy they showed on TV finally got to see an Eagles Super Bowl. What it was like for someone like him. The Eagles obviously have, like they said, even could be scarier next year if they re-sign most of the guys we think they're going to we know they're going to re-sign, and add some guys. We have to remember, we won this Super Bowl without, our MVP, Carson. We won without Jordan Hicks. We won without Jason Peters for a majority of the season. And then, among others, Darren Sproles, etc., etc. The list goes on for guys that have been dinged up and missed a few games this year that we won without. So the Eagles have overcome a lot of adversity this year, and they've done it time and time and again, and have done it until the final game and won the Super Bowl. So congratulations. I don't want this video to go on forever, because I could talk forever about how great this is that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. But congratulations to our Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. The Philly Fanatic and Swoop are going nuts right now at the arrival route in Philadelphia. It looks like I'm watching on my phone. It's just great. You haven't seen the video of the Philly Fanatic reaction, by the way, to the win. It's hilarious. But this is just remarkable, And to close out this video, I want to definitely play a little something that's called our theme song. So, bear with me for a second, but we're going to play the Philadelphia Eagles fight song to end this video because it's only appropriate for winning the Super Bowl. So, let's do that now. Because the one that I put up on YouTube ended up just being lyrics for some stupid reason. Alright, we're gonna have to play it out of there. 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and we'll watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagle! Peace out, everybody. Super Bowl champs. This is Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Boric. Let's go, Eagles.